Yeah, hi there, and I'm just getting ready to score some independent and integrated speaking practice tests in my online TOEFL course. Also, I have a couple of people join my course over the last 24 hours. So it's just a typical day, July 23rd, 2016. So let's take a look at some of the independent speaking practice tests first. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I just got an email yesterday. One of my students named Adriana, she just got 26 on the speaking section. Wow. I'm so happy that she was able to do that. And she sent me the email yesterday telling me. So that is definitely good news. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, hi there. These comments are from Megdale Maida, and I am Michael, the founder owner and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And don't give up. I just got an email from one of my students, Adriana. She just got 26 on the speaking section of the TOEFL exam, so she did it. And she does exactly what you do. She's been posting practice tests here at my VoxyPot discussion group. So just hang in there, keep working hard, and you will be able to achieve your goal. Alright, so you did independent speaking practice test number 17. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what this question is first of all. Can give you the most accurate score possible. "17." So we have independent speaking 17. Here we go. So this question is, do you prefer living in the same place or do you like to move around a lot? Here we go.
If I had to choose between living in the same place or moving around a lot, I'd rather remain in the same place for my entire life. Firstly, the reason why I choose having the same place to spend my life is mainly because I am a very methodical person.
Now you're probably taking too much time to get to that point. You're almost 20 seconds into your response, or almost halfway, and you still haven't gotten any details, so you need to be more concise. Right? A little more concise. You can say, first of all, I like to stay in one place because...
Who needs to feel completely settled down in the same place to then develop a stepwise routine without great change to make me feel out of my comfort zone. Secondly, I would also support to live in the same place because with that I can build strong and meaningful bondings with people surrounding me.
Now, one thing I like, you're taking your 2 support points and you're connecting them back to the purpose, which is why you like to move around a lot. So that's a good strategy.
Without the fear to leave them behind one day.
Okay, so I think that you're making some improvements in your organization. You're having a little bit of trouble getting enough details in, during that 45 seconds. So what you need to do is you need to speak a little bit faster. You need to speed up maybe 20% what you're saying, and that can help you explain more ideas and more details. So I think that's going to be good. Now, if you're not sure of how quickly you should be speaking, if you go to the pronunciation part of my course and read one of the reading passages that you'll see at the end of the video, and that tells you about what your speed needs to be. Right? So, if you cannot get a lot of ideas or details in 45 seconds with 2 support points, then you can go down to 1 support point. And then make sure you fully support that idea. So you're trying to show you can take a main idea and then you can progress and provide supporting details for that point. I think overall, I think your organization was better on this. You're making an effort to be more coherent in how you're organizing your ideas together, so I think that's good. I'm going to put you at about 2.83 out of 4, 22 points out of 30 on this practice test. Okay, I got one done. Answer one email while I'm saving the file there. Okay, here we go. Okay, got about 4 more. Let me make sure there's none on the second page of my Voxy Pop discussion group. Nope. Let's go back to the first page. Okay, so which one is, okay, this is independent speaking practice test number 160. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Dieta79, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. Hey, one of your classmates, or one of the students in my online TOEFL course, Adriana, just got 26 on the speaking. I'm telling you, and you're better than she is. No kidding. She just sent me her score report by email yesterday. So I know you can do this. You can do this. I've listened to her responses. I've listened to your responses. And you definitely will be able to reach this goal. So I'm giving you comments right now on independent speaking practice test number 160. Alright, so it says, when seeking advice, some say it is most important to talk to your parents. Conversely, others claim that you should consult close friends. Which opinion do you agree with more and why? Good question. Let me go back. Uh-oh. Firefox crashed. Of course. Gotta start it all over again. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Dieta79. I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. Dieta, guess what? One of the students in my online TOEFL course just got 26 on the speaking over the last week or so, and her speaking skills, I don't think they're better than yours. I've listened to yours, I've listened to hers, her name's Adriana. I think that you should be able to reach your goal, and I'm just telling you that to motivate you, to give you confidence. Because I have confidence. Okay, so let's listen. You're doing independent speaking practice test number 160. Some say it's most important to talk to your parents when seeking advice. Conversely, others claim you should consult close friends. Which opinion do you agree with more and why? All right?
When seeking advice, I prefer to talk to my parents rather than to talk to one of my friends.
Okay.
First of all, my parents always have a lot of experience. For example, when I graduated from high school and I hadn't decided which career to choose,
I would just change that slightly and say, well, I like to seek advice from my parents because of their vast experience.
I asked my mother because she had a lot of experience and a lot of wisdom. She advised me to join the Faculty of Pharmacy, and her advice was very helpful for me. Moreover, my parents always provide me with their care and love. For instance, when I joined the university...
Now, again, you're stating more facts. Say, my parents' advice is also important because, and then state what you're saying there. So just don't state facts. Don't just state factual information in those support points. You need to connect those things back to the speaking purpose.
In another country, my mother kept calling me every day to make sure that I'm doing well. Her love was very supportive for me, which is why I prefer to talk to my parents whenever I need. In another country, my mother kept calling me every day to make sure that I'm doing well. Her love was very supportive for me, which is why
Her love was important to me, so you're having some switching. Some of what you're saying is in past tense, and some of what you're saying is in present tense. That's a little bit confusing. So you want to be consistent. If you're talking about something that your mom did in the past, I would use past tense verbs there. Overall, I think this was a pretty good response. Let me look at it. So I think maybe here's some minor problems with language use a little bit. Maybe some minor areas with topic development. You could better connect your ideas to the speaking task, especially Dieta, when you're introducing those support points in the body of your response. Overall, it's pretty good, though. I'm going to put you at least 23 to 24 points out of 30 on this. If you scored lower than 4, maybe because of some minor language use and topic development issues. Okay, well that's saving. Check some more emails here. Okay, let's go back to my Voxipop discussion group. I got 3 more, so let's go to my sum. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Mysum, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. So you're going to answer independent speaking practice test number 11. So it says, your friend doesn't know what to study at the university. What would you advise him to do? Alright, and this actually appeared on the official TOEFL IBT exam. Alright, here we go.
If I want to advise one of my friends to choose between different majors, first of all, I will tell him to search and ponder about different aspects of different majors, aspects like its future income or how many years he likes to study.
Now this, having some problems with pacing here, it's kind of hard to explain, but I think you can make some improvements in thought groups. Thought groups means you pause after every 4 or 5 words, and if it's not the end of the thought groups in the sentence, the tone goes up. Then when you get to the final thought group, your tone goes down. So you can learn more about this by going to pronunciation lessons 41 through 44. It's a pacing issue. It's also an intonation issue. You're kind of using the same tone on everything that you're saying, and you don't want to do that.
Furthermore, I would tell him to choose the major that he likes the most. Because if he wants to choose a major other than the major he likes, maybe in short time he completely leave the school and study process. And these are the 2 most important advice of mine for my friend.
I'll say 2 most important pieces of advice. So use advice as an uncount noun to make it countable. We say piece of advice, 2 pieces of advice, 3 pieces of advice, and so on. Okay, I think on this one, your main area here, I think maybe some minor language use issues, but mainly with delivery. I think with intonation, that's pronunciation lessons 36 through 40, and also thought groups and blending. That's pronunciation lessons 41 through 44. You need to make improvements in those areas because it's hard for me to concentrate on your ideas because of those problems with your tone and also with your pacing. Alright, so here it's still a pretty good response, but I don't think it would get a score 4 because of those issues. So I'm going to put you at about 2.83 out of 4, 22 points out of 30 on this practice test. I'm checking my email right now while I'm saving some of these, some of my comments here. So let's go back to my Voxipop group. Yeah, the main thing here is, wow, you got to multitask. I'm doing so many different things at the same time. It's crazy. I need to enroll 2 people to my course. I need to grade 7 speaking practice tests on my online TOEFL course website. I need to go through 75 emails and then send some of those emails over to my TA so we can grade those. Okay, let's go to... Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Zapata, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. All right, so when you do a practice test, if possible, now you can choose anything you want. You can choose things from YouTube or your TOEFL book or anything like that, but it looks like you're including the question, which is good. So describe your least liked music. Please explain the reason. So I have to assume that that is the actual question. So part of my grade is to make sure that you have explicitly addressed the speaking task.
Personally, I don't like heavy metal music. Heavy metal musics are usually harsh and annoying.
I would say heavy metal music is harsh and annoying. I would use the singular verb, not the plural verb there.
The electronic guitar that is used in heavy metal music sounds harsh and unpleasant.
I would say the electric guitar, not electronic guitar. It's kind of weird, but I think electric is going to work better in that case.
Also, the fast and up-tempo rhythm in heavy metal music makes me nervous and anxious. Unfortunately, my brother is a huge fan of heavy metal music. He likes to listen it loudly in the house.
And it drives you crazy, doesn't it? Admit it.
When I listen to it, I get anxious, and I usually lose my temper and shout to him to turn the music
Shout at him.
down.
Okay, I think overall you more or less, I think you explained this particular speaking prompt. You gave some examples to support your ideas. So you had some minor issues with subject-verb agreement, particularly with heavy metal music is, not are. I think I shouted at my brother, and I would say maybe there, I shouted at my brother and told him to turn the music down because it was too loud. Right? So you had maybe some minor language use issues. You're not always exactly sure the best vocabulary or the best grammar to explain your ideas, right? Topic development was actually pretty good. You had a good organization with some relevant supporting details. Delivery, I can understand everything that you're saying. Your score here, I think it would be hard to get a score 4, but I think it's very possible you can get a score 3 on this. So I'm going to put you at 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30 on this practice test. All right, well, let's keep going. Okay, we got 2 more. No, 1 more. Almost done. This student here, I got a good feeling. I think this person should be able to reach her goal pretty quickly. I've been very, very pleased with the progress that she's made with her speaking. Now let's see how she did on this one. Hi there, these comments are for SSA, and I am Michael, the founder owner and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. and you completed integrated speaking practice test number 16. I believe this one is about glaciers or glacial formation, if I remember correctly. And remember, if you want to post any integrated speaking from your TOEFL book or from YouTube, you can also do that. Now, I got a good feeling about you, I really do. One of my students, Adriana, she just got 26 on the speaking section of the TOEFL, and she used my course for a couple of months. And I think that you're comparable to her, maybe. So I think that you should be very, very close, if not already higher than your goal of 26 on the speaking. So let's see how you did on this one.
The professor in the listening passage was talking about the glacier formation.
Let's see what you said.
The professor in the listening passage was talking about the glacier formation. According to him, glaciers are formed in the polar area.
And just say formed, not formed. So it is possible to put an ed and make an extra syllable at the end of the word, but not in that case. If you have more questions about that, you can go to my website, go to the pronunciation section. There is a section called grammatical word endings and syllable division. It would be a good idea. If you want to check out the rules, the question is the ed, when is it pronounced as a T? When is the ed pronounced as a D? And when do you add a syllable at the end of the word when you pronounce that sound? So that's something you might want to take a look at in the pronunciation part of my course.
And on the top of the mountains where the temperature there is really low. The glacier formed by...
A little bit of trouble understanding this.
Glaciers are formed in the polar areas and on the top of the mountains where the temperature there is really low. The glacier formed by snow accumulation.
Where the pressure is really low. No, where the temperature is really low. I think temperature is a more accurate, more precise word than pressure.
And that leads to formation of the ice. And then with new snow accumulation, the ice compressed to form...
The ice compresses. Yes, you need to solve your syllable division and grammatical word endings. This is the second time you've had a problem with this in this response, right? Which means you need to familiarize yourself more with that area. Go to the pronunciation area in my course for that.
And crystallize.
And crystallizes.
To form grains. And these grains become larger and the air pockets between them decrease.
Okay.
Till they form firm. And this firm is compressed till...
And it turns, I would say, it turns into firm, an intermediate state between snow and glacial ice. You might say something like that, and that helps define what it is, and also puts it in the proper perspective of the process that you're discussing.
Forms the glacier that moves down by the force of the gravity, and this process may take hundreds of years.
Yeah, it can take a long time. All right, so on this one, let's take a look at the rubrics here. I think in this one, you're having... I think some delivery issues with syllable division and grammatical word endings. This is what you're paying me to do. You're paying me to figure out what your problems are and to tell you what to do to get better. So you can go to the pronunciation area of my course to work more in that area. I think some minor language use issues, also maybe... I think you explain more or less the process of glacial formation, I think, for the most part. So probably mostly delivery issues with this one, maybe even some pacing issues. I'm going to put you at about, on this one, 2.83 out of 4, 22 points out of 30 on this practice test. And that's it. So all my speaking is done now. I get it done right in the morning, right when I wake up. I go to school, or now it's a Saturday, so I'm at my in-laws' house in Hemet, California doing this, and then we're going to the beach at about 10 o'clock. But my experience is when students complete speaking and writing practice tests, it's my responsibility to grade and comment on these immediately, as quickly as I can. And then they know there's always somebody who is listening to their practice test. And then it gives them more confidence to do more practice. And the more practice they do, the more feedback they get, the better they become. And pretty soon, they become like Adriana, and they reach their TOEFL goal of 26.